once you've tasted the nectar of these narcissists, of these toxic people, once you've tasted the honey of the dark side, it's hard to go back to something healthy. Yo, 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 welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another ambrosial episode of Psychopath Exposure. I'm your host, Kita, and today we're going to be talking about the Jezebel Spirit. You know why? Because a lot of you like to comment about the Jezebel Spirit. And I'm not a hokey, woo-woo type of guy, but let me tell you, after I went through this experience, that's when I realized, that's when I started believing in demonic possession. I always have a problem saying is it possession or possession? Possession, I think. Okay, so demonic possession is something that, you see a lot in horror movies, things like that, like The Exorcist or whatever. And, it's Hollywood, it's art, it's entertainment, it's creative. But once you go through an entanglement or relationship with a true psychopath, where you look into their eyes and all you see is a black abyss and you feel like they have no soul, like it's just empty, whether you believe in that or not, whether you're religious or not, whether you're spiritual or not, you're going to have a different outlook on things, because I certainly did. Okay, I certainly did. And so you have to wonder where movies and books and stories are based on, where things are romanticized. Where do you think vampires and monsters and all these things come from? I think it's just a progression from real life human experiences, and then they have been just morphed into the entertainment, right, into the creative, to make them more supernatural, more fictionalized versions of real stuff that we've been through. And when you're dating a psychopath or a really wicked narcissist, and all of a sudden you see this demonic personality that comes out of nowhere, and you can't even recognize who they are. So sometimes it's almost like if their face just shifts. And I know you know what I'm talking about. And their pupils dilate and get like jet black. Okay, I think a lot of these movies and all of these monsters and characters are inspired from things like that. Not all of them, but some. Now the Jezebel Spirit touches with a lot of biblical stuff and religion, so I'm not going to go there. But if you Google it, if you Google the definition, and you look at the second definition, and it says, great, now I got a pop-up. Damn pop-ups. So we get an impudent, shameless, or morally unrestrained woman. Now I believe that just whether it's a woman or a man, once you get possessed by it, right, it's just doom. That's it. That's over. Once you see that coming out of someone, once you see that demonic possession type of thing, like, there ain't no coming back. Like, that person that you once knew or that you thought that's the smoke and mirrors, that's over. Okay, and once you see that, you have to understand that demon, and I know I'm out there today, but that demon can become dormant and make you feel that it's gone, and then resurface at the appropriate time to destroy you. And again, once you've gone through something like this, and I would imagine that most of you have, that's why you're watching this video, but sometimes these videos just pop up on the feed due to the algorithm, and people don't know what the hell narcissist abuse is, and then they'll leave a stupid comment, and they talk trash to us, sometimes to me, but I don't give a fuck. And they look so stupid. They're so stupid. They don't know what they're talking about, and they just troll. Ignore those people, because they're idiots. But if you've been through this shit, you know what I'm talking about. You know when that rage, when that tantrum comes out, it's scary. It is scary, and it's something ungodly. It's from another planet. Like I always say, talking to these narcissists, it's like you're talking to someone from another planet, from another dimension. Okay, they may be possessed by some demonic force. But I do want to read a comment that caught my eye. This one comes from Joe, and it goes like this. Bro, you look healthy. Thank you. Your videos from a few months ago got me through the worst discard of my life. And the next contacted me 2 mornings ago on a fake Snapchat pretending to be a woman, asking if I know him. I replied and said, I know this is his name. And he doubled down and said it's his new girlfriend. He does this a lot, huh? I said, does what? I don't care what he does anymore, honestly, and blocked the account. Best part is I meant it. I did enter another relationship with a narcissist after this because I have been realizing I feel attracted to the Jezebel. And I just got ghosted this week after talks of engagement. But I'm okay. It hurts though, because things were real with the last one for me, but I never really could commit fully because I knew deep down he would leave me. My friend has incredible discernment, and she told me the first second I showed her a picture. How to get free from this? Is my next partner going to also be a narcissist? Every single one has been, and all my family is. Narcissism, Jezebel, is the thorn in my side that I cannot seem to escape. Ooh-wee. That's a good one. That is a good one. You know what stood out from there was the fact that we end up dating another narcissist. And even bigger is that when they said, I'm attracted to the Jezebel. That is hilarious, but very relatable. Very relatable. You see, once you've tasted the nectar of these narcissists, of these toxic people, once you've tasted the honey of the dark side, it's hard to go back to something healthy. It just is. You've been, that's it. You've been tainted. You've been tasted, and that's why like porn, for example, it's so toxic because once you start watching that and it burns into your mind, it destroys your ability to have a normal, well, let's not say normal, because I hate to use that word because none of us here are normal. But to have like a healthy, intimate relationship with your partner, because you see all these things on the internet and it really does corrupt and pollute your mind. And once that's happened, it's like something healthy is not good enough. Okay, it's also what happens with like food, especially like junk food, you know, and things like that. It's so hard. It's so hard at first to wean yourself off of really bad food, because these bad foods are injected with a lot of hormones, with a lot of addictive chemicals. And when you're trying to wean yourself out off of them, and you're trying to eat healthy, the healthy food is just not as appealing. It takes a long time for you to actually reject low quality foods and junk food and all these sweets. It takes a long time for your body to actually heal and come together and realize that these foods don't, even though temporarily they might make you feel good because your brain gets, you know, because your brain gets flooded with all this dopamine and serotonin and all these good emotions when you're eating these things. Maybe because some of the junk food reminds you of your childhood, right? Everything goes back to your childhood. So you're eating like McDonald's, for example, which I don't do it, but you know, you do, and it just reminds you of your childhood and brings these fuzzy feelings and whatever. But how do you feel afterwards? And if you haven't actually healed, if you don't live a healthy lifestyle, you won't understand what I'm saying now. But it's relatable, because healing from a toxic relationship with a narcissist, with a psychopath, with a toxic person that may be possessed by the Jezebel Spirit or some dark entity, it's very, very hard. It's very, very hard because the toxicity in and of itself is very addicting. It's very addicting, and then someone that's just basic just doesn't cut it for you. And right away, you can go into a room of 5,000 people, 4,999 people live a healthy lifestyle. They don't have any trauma. They're easy to get along with. They're not perfect people, but they don't have this type of dark energy. You will find that one person. You will find that one person that's toxic, and that's the one you will gravitate to like a magnet. Like a magnet. It's very, very interesting. And they will be attracted to you too. Now, that doesn't mean that that one person that I just mentioned is a psychopath narcissist. It doesn't mean that. But if they're toxic in any way, and you're toxic too because of your history dealing with these people, remember, we have been bitten by the vampire, okay? We have been bitten by the vampire, or we've been bitten by a werewolf, whatever it is, we'll never be the same. I always tell people, I can help you become better. When you heal from this, you're gonna be a better version, an incredible version, probably better than you could have ever dreamed of, but you're gonna be forever changed, okay? You're always gonna have that war scar. You're always gonna have that trauma in the back of your mind that we reframed, right? We were able to rewire things, but it's still there. It's not like it's gonna get wiped from existence. It's still gonna be a part of you. You're gonna carry this for the rest of your life. But you don't have to suffer from it. You don't have to have triggers. Your body doesn't have to be filled with triggers like if you have the chicken pox or some shit like that, okay? We can rewire those buttons. You gotta rewire the buttons. But it's always gonna be a part of you. You have been bitten by a vampire. So you bring toxic energy already, even in the hypervigilance itself. Hypervigilance itself is toxic because you're gonna start pushing people away so fast. The moment they do something that just is reminiscent of something that your psychopath ex did before, right away you're gonna cut their head off, okay? And that's not good either. That's why I tell people, do not date right after you get out of this situation. Don't be like the narcissist. Don't monkey branch into something new. Don't be like the narcissist. Why are you trying to be like the narcissist? That's what narcissists and psychopaths do. They dump your ass, they discard you, whatever, and they monkey branch it to someone else. How about you actually taking time for yourself? You know when the narcissist said, I need space to work on myself, remember that bullshit? And they can never do it because it's bullshit. But guess what? You can. You can actually spend time working on yourself, healing, learning how to do healthy things, learning to spot toxic people and say, no, I'm not gonna go with them. I always use the example of like chocolate cake because most people love chocolate. So do I. Just because it's a delicious chocolate cake sitting in front of you doesn't mean you have to eat it. Just because you go to a wedding or you're invited to go out to a dinner party, that is not an excuse to just go and stuff your face with a chocolate cake. Just because your brain tells you, hey, this is the last time ever in your life that you're gonna have access to chocolate cake, so you might as well eat it now. No, that is complete bullshit. You can go to the store and get yourself chocolate cake tomorrow if you wanted to. That's BS. That's the bullshit our brain tells us. And that's what happens when you meet someone new. It's like, oh my God, this may be my last chance. I may never meet anyone again. Yes, there's billions of people in the world, but I may never meet someone again. So I might as well just jump head over heels into this new situationship. Whatever it is, who cares? Red flags, I'm gonna look the other way. Come on, don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. Keep in mind what I'm saying. We are attracted to that toxic energy. We are attracted, like Joe said, to the Jezebel. After you get out of this, you've tasted the nectar. Your body just craves it. It craves it. So you have to wean yourself out of it. You can't keep feeding that dog on your shoulder. You have to starve it. You have to starve it. Okay? Some people think they have the ability to date them anyway and just to have a fling, okay? And they think they can just come in and get out. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Once you taste it, you're gonna get addicted to it again. You can't do it. Again, don't be like the narcissist. Why are you trying to get in? Why are you trying to get in and get out with something like that? Isn't that the opposite of what you guys tell me that you want? Don't you guys want like someone that you can trust, honesty, loyalty, longevity? Why are you guys trying to rip and dip? Why are you trying to do that to yourself? That's how you end up in these situations. That's exactly how you end up in these situations. It's like an alcoholic saying, hey, you know what? I can have one drink. I can control my drinking. I can go into the bar, hang out with all my friends, and everyone is drunk as fuck, but I'm not gonna... Bullshit, you can't do it. Bullshit, you can't do it. So don't do it to yourself. Don't do it. If you know that you have an addictive personality, if you know that you have a weakness for chocolate cake, if you know that you're attracted to the Jezebel and to toxic people, when you spot them, when you see it, when life brings them to you, you don't have to act upon them. You don't have to act. You don't have to eat it. You don't have to go. You don't have to engage. You don't have to do it. You can look, be an observer. Look at it. Just look at it. You can talk to it. You don't have to dive in head first. Head over heels like people do. Why? Why? I did that foolishly. Foolishly, I did that in my past. I got burned every single time. How many times do y'all have to touch the stove when it's white hot for you to guys realize that you do that and you're gonna scorch the skin right off of your hand? How many times do you actually think that maybe the 17th time it's not gonna be hot? Maybe the 17th time that I touch a white hot oven, right? I'm gonna have immunity on my skin, right? Like I have some sort of superpower, and now I can touch it, right? I can just sit on it if I want to, right? I can sit on the stove and meditate for 30 minutes and my ass is not gonna get burned. Where's the logic? Like, where is the logic? It's not there. It's hidden through compromised emotions. That's the problem. The logic is you can't even see it because you have so many layers that are covering the truth because the truth doesn't feel good. So your brain actually wants to go along with these compromised emotions that are telling you lies, okay? Because emotions have energy, okay? When you feel something, the brain, everything is connected. You have your thoughts, and thoughts create an emotion, and then it feeds itself. Those emotions create more thoughts that create more feelings. So if your feelings are compromised, you're gonna get compromised thoughts that are gonna get inspired from those feelings, and it's gonna create more, and you're gonna be stuck in this loop. So you have to do what's uncomfortable. Nobody likes to do the hard work. Nobody likes to feel uncomfortable. But you have to weigh your options. You feel temporarily uncomfortable by choice versus giving in to your weaknesses and getting burned by a Jezebel, by a psychopath, by a monster that's gonna ruin your life. Look at the scale. Use your head. Not the caveman head, not the caveman brain, or not the second brain, or not the second head, like someone commented the other day that made me laugh. Start using your head, okay? Don't listen to these compromised emotions. They lie to you. You know who else lies to you? The narcissist. So let's stop listening to these skewed, distorted lies and start going by what you truly feel. When your soul is speaking to you, you have to listen to it. When your gut is screaming at you that something's uncanny, that something's wrong, pay attention. Don't ignore it. Just pay attention. That doesn't mean you have to raise hell. Just take a step back and look at it for what it really is, based on reality. It's kind of like making impulse purchases online, or if you guys still go to the store. No, those impulse purchases end up turning into regret later. So you take a step back, you gather the information, you're like, okay, this is cool. Do I really need this? Is this the best appliance, or these are the best shoes? Do I really need them? How do they compare? Is this the best price I can get? And you know what? Sit on that decision for at least 48 hours or longer if you can. And eventually you realize when you come to your senses, you lose that desire to make that impulse buy anymore. And then you can actually look at it and say, hey, you know what? Wow, I almost did that. That would have cost me so much money. And now a better opportunity presented itself. It's a better quality item. It's actually in stock. I don't feel pressured, right? It's a little more affordable. Same thing when dating these people. If you already know that you're attracted to toxic people, to damaged people, to broken people, then meet them, because they could be just another broken version of yourself that needs healing, that has trauma, and they're afraid. And you guys, obviously you're attracted to each other, you have some sort of trauma, but that doesn't mean that you guys are psychopaths and you're gonna kill each other. But take your time, just watch it, because there are toxic people out there that they're on a vendetta on a vendetta to destroy all men or all women because of what was done onto them. Those are the people that you want to avoid. Those are the psychos. Those are the narcissists that you want to stay clear from. But you may meet some people that legit, just like us, we have a dark history. We have a past. Everyone at our age already or older, we have a past. Okay, you're not going to meet someone that has a clean slate. So just tread carefully. Tread carefully. Enjoy the moment, one day at a time. That's how you do it. One day at a time, okay? And then you'll be able to see things clearly. You won't make any irrational decisions. And as long as you can sleep at night, then you'll know if things are healthy or if they're toxic. And you'll know if you need to get out of something, if you need to run, or if it's something that you can actually manage and it's a good fit for your life. And that's what we want. We want to make sure that whatever situation we get into, that it's a good fit. If it's not a good fit, the writing's going to be on the wall, okay? So just keep those things in mind, and I think you guys will be all right. If you got some value out of the video, please leave a like, thumbs up, and comment on the video. I'd love to hear, now that we're on the topic of the Jezebel, I would love to hear your stories of when you saw that demonic possession really transform from the facade that they showed you and the episode where you actually saw the devil incarnate. Because I've got a lot of those stories, and those stories were towards the end mostly, but there were glimpses at the beginning that I can look back now and be like, holy crap, I remember when I saw that and I was paralyzed, and then I didn't see it again for like a few months, but it was there. So sound off on the comments, let me know, and maybe I'll read off some of the crazier ones in a future video. Guys, don't forget to download my free ebook, The 5 Steps of Going No Contact with a Psychopath Narcissist. I have a link below where you can download it straight to your phone or your computer. That way you can learn how to start edging these narcissists away and train yourself to eliminate contact with them, so that they're not constantly poisoning your mind, poison dripping you every day with nonsense. And remember, I do have a coaching program where I work directly with survivors of narcissistic abuse just like yourselves. And I can help you guys come to your senses, actually. Terminate whatever situation that you're in, help you find that courage, and deal with the trauma and the PTSD and the fear that we end up having. Because remember, the narcissist is very good at making us feel afraid of being alone, afraid of never meeting anyone as good as them. They lie to us. They lie. And I can help you work through those trauma bonds and through those prisons that sometimes we create for ourselves. If you'd like more information and more details, just visit my website at psychopathexposure.com/coaching, or click the link below in the description as well. And I think I'm done. I do think I'm done, but I will make more videos for you because you guys keep asking. And if you keep asking, I will keep delivering. Thanks for everyone that showed up in the live chat. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all your support and all your love. And I'm looking forward to speaking with many of you soon. Till then, my name is Kita, and this is Psychopath Exposure. I'll catch you guys next time.